What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Boxing Facts Over Fiction. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like these. That being said, let's get into it. I'm making this video for all the casuals when it comes to the sport of boxing that don't know anything about boxing. This video is going to show you that you really don't know anything about boxing. A lot of people come in the comment section and just comment whatever they want to say, and it's getting ridiculous. We need more videos like this. We need more people to come out and say stuff like this to bring people back to reality. Actually, I'm going to read an article from Boxing News 24, and then I'm going to give you guys my opinion. But let's get into it. Spence 147 versus Crawford 146.8. Official Showtime pay-per-view weights. This is an article from Boxing News 24. Before I even start, these guys are a huge Crawford hater, but I'm just reading them because they're gonna state a point that I'm trying to make, even though they don't like Bud. So the article was written July 28th, 2023 by Robert Siegel. He says, welterweight champions Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford both successfully weighed in today during Friday's weigh-in for their long-awaited mega fight on Showtime pay-per-view. Below are the weights. Errol Spence Jr. 147 pounds. Terence Crawford 146.8. Now this is what they weigh in at, right? And this is the part that people get confused. Spence, 28-0, 22 KOs, will have his IBF, WBA, and WBC welterweight titles on the line, while Crawford will have his WBO belt. Yesterday, both fighters looked worn down from taking off weight to get down to 147. Limit for today's weigh-in, and it won't be a surprise. Now, I hope you guys are listening. It won't be a surprise if they rehydrate up to 170 plus pounds. Let me read that again. And it won't be a surprise if they rehydrate to 170 plus pounds, making them light heavyweights. Crawford was in a sour mood making the final I told you these guys are Crawford haters. Crawford was in a sour mood making the press conference less than pleasant to watch at times. He reminded his writer of an angry J.P. Morgan. That's how it is in boxing since they did away with fight day weigh-ins. If they returned to that practice, or more importantly, they had a strict 10-pound rehydration limits that fighters had to adhere to, they would be forced to compete in weight divisions that are more fitting to their body frame. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Both fighters weighed in at around 147 on the day of weigh-in, but the next day they came in above 160, 170. And yet, when people come on the internet and talk about a potential fight between Crawford versus Canelo, they say, man, Crawford, he's going to be carrying around 21 pounds. I just proved to you on fight night, he doesn't even fight at 147. He doesn't even fight at 154. He doesn't even fight at 160. There's no rehydration clause. These dudes can get big as they want. How can boxing fans be so dumbed down to the sport they act like they know so much about? There was no rehydration clause for this fight. Errol Spence could have been 185. Skills pays the bills. It wasn't about weight. Crawford could have been 165, 170. The articles believed they were both 170 or higher. The article believed they was fighting at light heavyweight, and it was a welterweight fight. People need to understand that these guys don't weigh in at the weight they fight at. The weight that they weigh in at is not their fight weight. I remember Crawford had a fight at 140? It might have been 140, or was it 135? I think it was 140. And the commentator was like, he's about 156 right now. I was like, huh? He's damn near 15 pounds bigger than the weight class on fight night. I was like, whoa. So there's no rehydration clause. These guys really get up and weight. At 147, I will always stress this, and I want you guys to listen to me. I want you to listen to me good. I can even go ahead and play the audio for you. Kell Brook versus Terence Crawford. If you guys can go back in time and you remember that weigh-in. At the weigh-in, Kell Brook looked Terence Crawford in the eye, and guess what he told him? I'm going to be 180 on fight night. I'm going to be rehydrate to 180. Crawford said, I'm going to rehydrate too. And Kell Brook did indeed rehydrate to 180. But all that weight didn't mean nothing. He got stopped in 4 rounds. Do you guys understand that? So, you guys are talking about Crawford's going to be so slow. How is he going to be so slow if he's already fighting at 165, 170? How is he going to be slow if that's the weight he's already fighting at? The article believes he's fighting at 175. I don't think he's fighting at 175. I think he's, if I had to estimate, I think he's, when he rehydrates on fight night, I think he goes in the high 160s. I think he's a super middleweight when he rehydrates. It is what it is, man. You boxing fans gotta understand the sport of boxing and stop trolling, man. This stuff is getting ridiculous, man. On fight night, Terence Crawford definitely don't fight 147. So if he were to go up in weight to fight Canelo Alvarez, he doesn't even have to rehydrate because that's the weight he already fights at. He just needs to stay at that weight, 168. He'll have his speed, he'll have his power, he'll have everything because that's the weight he fight at. That is the weight class he fights at on fight night. How is this hard to believe? There's no rehydration clause. There's no same day weigh-in. You weigh in, the next day you're allowed to rehydrate and come in whatever weight you come in. This is how boxing works, guys. A lot of fanboys and fangirls, y'all need to understand that. Now y'all are going to say, well, Canelo's not going to be 168. It don't matter what Canelo's going to be. Weight don't win fights. As long as Terence Crawford makes 168, he's going to be just as fast because that's what y'all are concerned about. Oh, he's not going to be as fast because he's putting on all that weight. It's not going to matter because that's the weight he already fights at when he weighs in at 147. So he just got to maintain that weight. You just got to weigh in 168 and don't rehydrate to like 170. Stay at 168. He has his speed. He has his agility. He has everything. He's not putting on 20 pounds because that's the way he already fights at. He's just as fast at 168 because that's the weight he fights at on fight night. Hopefully this video brings some light to a lot of boxing fans and they understand what goes on in the sport of boxing. It's your boy, Boxing Facts Over Fiction, and I'm out. Just bring you guys the facts, man. Stop trolling.